Welcome to the deep dive. Our job here is really to cut through all that noise, the information overload, and get you straight to the nuggets of knowledge that actually matter. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some key global stories, things that have developed just in the past 12 hours or so. We're focusing on what's really significant.
It's true. Things move so fast, don't they? And figuring out the real significance of it all, that's the tricky part. We've got quite a range today. Some surprising politics in Europe, economic issues in Asia, geopolitical tensions heating up, but also some really interesting tech solutions.
Solutions, right, and how they all kind of connect.
Exactly. More connected than you might first think.
Okay, so let's jump right in. France, a bit of a political earthquake there.
Yeah.
The parliamentary runoffs didn't go as expected. This left-leaning alliance, they pulled off a win against the far right. That feels like a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a significant shift in their political landscape. But the immediate thing, the really interesting part, is what happens next. This alliance, they're now trying to negotiate forming a minority coalition government.
Minority coalition.
Yeah.
So unstable, needing constant support.
That's often the case, yes. Bill by bill, basically. And that's why you're seeing the markets being, well, pretty cautious.
Right, worried about policy clashes.
Precisely. There are real concerns about, say, their stance on taxation, maybe higher corporate taxes, and how that meshes or doesn't with EU spending rules and fiscal frameworks. It could really test the Eurozone's stability.
Makes sense. Okay, so from political shifts, let's pivot to economic disruption. China. These severe floods in the south are causing factory closures.
Yes, and it's not just a local issue. This is hitting key manufacturing hubs, and the ripples are already spreading through global supply chains.
What kind of industries are we talking about?
Well, think critical components. Semiconductors, auto parts, textiles too. These are core parts for so many products you use daily.
So delays are inevitable then, across Asia, Europe.
That's what manufacturers and retailers are bracing for, yes, and economists. They're already flagging the potential for inflationary effects. Less supply, prices tend to go up.
It's another reminder, isn't it? How something localized, like a flood, can have these huge global economic impacts.
Absolutely. Very interconnected.
Okay, let's turn to geopolitics now. Things feel pretty tense after Ukraine's long-range drone strike on that Russian airbase in Crimea. We've seen satellite images. Significant damage.
Significant fire damage, yes. And the immediate reaction from Russia was, well, predictable. A vow of a measured response.
But strategically, what does hitting that base mean?
Well, the Jankoy Air Base is crucial. It's a major logistics hub for Russian forces in the south, launches air ops. It holds valuable assets. Hitting it directly impacts their ability to project power there.
So Western leaders expressing concern about escalation, that makes sense.
It does, because strikes like this, hitting sensitive targets in Crimea, they raise the stakes. They increase the risk of a broader, potentially more intense Russian reaction. It could really shift things in Eastern Europe.
Right. Heavy stuff. But amidst all this, you mentioned innovation. Brazil using tech against wildfires.
Yes, this is quite a forward-looking development. Brazil has launched a new drone program using AI specifically to combat the Amazon wildfires.
AI-enabled drones.
Uh-huh.
How does that work exactly?
So these aren't just eyes in the sky. They're using machine learning, thermal mapping in real time, even predicting where hotspots might pop up next. It allows them to coordinate the ground teams much, much more effectively.
That sounds incredibly useful, especially in remote areas.
That's the hope. The Amazon is vast, difficult to access. The government believes this tech could be key in saving remote villages, protecting biodiversity zones that are otherwise just unreachable in time. It's tech tackling an urgent environmental crisis head-on.
So quite a whirlwind tour. We've gone from French politics, Chinese floods impacting supply chains, the conflict in Ukraine escalating, and now these high-tech drones in Brazil. What we hope you take away from this deep dive isn't just the headlines, but seeing those connections, how these threads, political, economic, environmental, military, they're all interwoven.
Exactly. That's the crucial point. A political upset in Europe isn't separate from supply issues caused by floods in Asia, or a drone strike in Eastern Europe, or even environmental tech in South America. It all forms this incredibly complex web, and a change in one part sends ripples everywhere else, shaping the world you live in. Understanding those connections, that's really key to navigating it all. It really makes you think what seemingly small event happening right now, somewhere else entirely, might be the start of the next big wave affecting us all.